Hello, mystics. Hey, you're on this journey here on Earth. Know that your unwinding into your true nature will bring you alchemy, and the reveal is up to you. So, welcome for joining us today. I'm going to do a series on awakening the magician. So, here we're going to gain some information in how to become magic ourselves and how to utilize the tools that are available to us. So there's no gap between space or spiritual knowledge. The Akashic records, ancestral lines, the novice to the master. We all carry within us this divine spark, and we are all awakening. And then it's a time to express through the voice, written word, any creative form, bringing forth the understanding, the teachings to change the world. Wow, I'm so excited to bring this. And I think that for me too, the teaching is reminding me of my own divine spark that lies within me, my own power to be that magician. So know that the magician card is in the tarot, it's the number 1. Of course, we start with the 0 in the tarot, which is the Fool. So we are moving into number 1, the magician. We're going to use that energy. So at any time you want to tap into that energy during these sessions, please feel free to do that. So know that the earth is beckoning our engagement to let go of attachment. We learned that through teachings through Buddha, and to love thy neighbor in those teachings through Jesus. So I bring up that pattern, and there's so many ancient teachers. So that was just a couple that were easy for me at the tip of my tongue, because culturally I've learned so much. I was raised Christian and I've studied Eastern philosophy, so that was easy for me to pull that up. But just knowing that even though those teachings are at the beginning of humanity, we have learned and known of these great spiritual teachings, these that will lead us through the mysteries into this ultimate purpose of why we've been born here on earth. And so even though we are evolving, as the ancient teachers continue to show up on this time through humanity, know that now is the time to love more, heal the old patterns, and birth into a world of compassion. This compassion is for all living things, all inhabitants on this earth. And so the series will speak of tools, messengers, magic, alchemy, spirit guides, chakras, colors, anything astrology, nature, and each and every one of us is experiencing these synchronicities, these things that can no longer be ignored, but ushering in the magic and honoring the sacred field. The lapse between dimensions, the veil is very thin, and actually sometimes it's not even there. It doesn't exist at all. Only in our own minds and our own limitations. So my every life, I'm speaking of lifetimes before me. So in every lifetime, before Christ, after Christ, indigenous people, even 50 to 100 years ago, carry the seeds to awaken each generation to the mysteries. So know you are part of this human condition, and knowing that we must say yes. Each path unravels into layers, some patterns evolve, and others stay consistent as an intellectual pursuit. So all that is meaning is that there's a consistency in all the teachings when we go way back. Now, some of them we have found that we have evolved, or maybe their interpretation wasn't fully taking into account the things that we keep learning through compassion and love. Always, if it has evolved, it has evolved with more compassion and more love, nothing less, nothing more. Otherwise, the teachings stay the same if they have been in alignment with love and compassion. And so some of the things that we can see change through science, astrology, those teachings, even though they say consistent, there's some evolution to the patterns as we take on more intellectual knowledge through being and through living. So we want to breathe into Mother Earth and know your connection to your planet. So I want you to know you were born of this planet. I want you to begin to know that she is your mother. She is a live entity, and I want you to begin to make that connection. Know that you were born on Earth to be the medicine to help heal, to express through love. Know that our heart is where we begin to expand this vision of ourselves, and know that love is the highest vibration of our planet. Beautiful. Take a moment and breathe that in. I know you guys already know that, but this is going to be a level of understanding and creating that we've all been waiting for. So just take a moment to breathe into love. And as you're breathing into love, just touch your heart, maybe with one hand or both hands, and then close your eyes. Know that when we close our eyes, we begin to take our energy inward. And here we can begin to soften. And as we soften into it, take deep, deep breaths. Let any rough edges, hard corners, just soften, soften, soften. Keep breathing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Rest in the energy of your heart space. Feel the openness here. Begin to trust in the space. Let it become your guide. Keep breathing into the heart space. Let it take you deeper. Here you'll find the inner voice of wisdom. Keep closing your eyes a little deeper. Keep feeling the space. Here you'll begin to feel a spark, a warmth, a fire, the spark of the divine. From this space, we will be inspired by messages from our higher self, from our divine self, through divinity, through a higher vibrational. Messages can be recognized and be delivered through our intuition. So take a moment to breathe into that intuitive self and know that our intuition comes by and through our source energy. It's where the barriers are broken between dimensions. We let go of our limitations and we begin to trust the space. Rest here and listen. Know that we are activating this point. It's becoming an activation point, the heart. So take a moment to touch the heart. Breathe into it. Know it is real. This is truth. Truth. We're going to begin to come out of this space. Know that you can come back here anytime. Do your own meditation. Maybe stay here, 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even longer. And you can, even when you're walking around the planet doing your everyday life, just touching your heart will begin to activate this space. It'll remind you to respond from this space of truth and love and compassion. This is what we call our fourth chakra, the heart space. We'll talk a little bit more about chakras later, and hopefully in this series. So as we end today, I want you just to blink gently, your eyes open, keep expanding through your heart energy. Know this energy to be real. And for today's ending, I drew a card from the Osho Zen. Anyone that knows me know it. I've used those cards for probably 25, 30 years. So it's something that has been a guide for me, and it's the cards are a tool an energy that can help break some of those barriers and give you affirmations of what you might be feeling or going through, or give you guide you to where you're going. So just know that this space is real. We're going to continue to learn about the tools that will lead us into alchemy and magic. So just breathe in and back out. And today I picked the Patience card. I'm just going to read a little bit about it. Now is the time to learn, to study, and to gather information. Enjoy being a student, for in the future, you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Osho-san. Beautiful message. So you can see how the cards begin to synchronize with our own energy. What a perfect message for where we're beginning to flow in, awakening the inner that magician. So we're going to end today, as all sessions will end in namaste. Namaste.